Rocket League can be described as quite a simple game. You know, it's car soccer. Hit ball into goal with car. However, what if I told you there were some small details in the game that you have most certainly missed, and these can be pretty interesting. First is that the item shop is way too expensive, and AO, the website, can provide cheaper items that are actually tradable, and they are trusted by everyone in the community. I have a lot of friends that have sold them credits with no issue. If you do use AO, make sure you use my code UNLUCKY for 6% off any order you make. Now that I've baited you in with my shameless sponsor plug, let's actually get into some really cool facts you never knew about Rocket League. We start off our journey in Beckwith Park, which is a standard map that has been in the game since 2015. Now, back in the day, this is the map where all custom training game modes took place. Now, for the fact you didn't know, it was actually named after the Rocket League level designer and Psyonix technical artist Ben Beckwith, and you can find Ben Beckwith in the credits of Rocket League. I always find it cool when parts of a game are named after the people that made those parts, because it always makes the game feel a little bit more personal. Now for the second fact you didn't know, if you go to Farmstead, you go to the blue side of the field and then you head to the stadiums where all the eggs are sitting. If you head underneath the stadium, there are actually 2 eggs kissing. Well, actually, if you've ever played Minecraft, those hearts do not mean kissing. This is quite a cool feature, and I don't know if there's any meaning behind it. I can't imagine there would be any meaning behind it, but it's interesting that the developers added this in, yet most people will never ever see this because you don't see it when you're playing a normal game, which, let's be honest, most people play Rocket League to play Rocket League, not to search around in the stadiums. It's the little details like that which I really like about Rocket League. Oh, also on the same map, between each side of the goals, there is a little chicken pen with some sort of like cardboard chicken models. Now I have a feeling a lot of you probably know this one already, but it's about the Statesman banner and what it is. Back in 2019, NRG did a little US citizenship test on YouTube just for a little bit of fun, and Justin was asking the questions and TurboPulsar and Garrett G were answering. The first question was, how many states are there in the US? And Garrett G didn't know. He wrote down 51 on his whiteboard, which is obviously incorrect. The answer's 50.
Oh no, he got it right, didn't he?
Yeah, Turbo got it right.
I've always I put 50 or 51. I have no idea why. I'm actually gonna look.
And as a joke, the Statesman banner, which obviously has 51 being written, was added to the next RLCS drop pool. Now the next one is another little story about an item in Rocket League. This item is called Dave's Bread and it looks like this, just a chewed in slice of bread. Yummy. Now Dave, who is actually the CEO of Psyonix, hates bread, and he made a bet in a Twitch chat that he would eat a bunch of bread if Rocket League hit 10,000 concurrent players in its launch week. Rocket League smashed this barrier and hit 100,000 plus players concurrently in its launch week, and Dave had to eat a bunch of bread. Now as a little memento to this event, they added an antenna in the game, which is obviously a chewed piece of bread. This is Dave's bread. Now for the final, and in my opinion the most interesting thing in Rocket League that you never knew about, is to do with this decal, the Octane MG88. Now this is an import decal for the Octane, it's very common, it's very cheap, but the secret is on the side. As you can see, there are little letters on the side. What do they mean? Well, the letters are C8H18, which is the molecular formula for the hydrocarbon octane. You may think octane, that's just a car in Rocket League. Well actually, if I said high octane fuels, would you recognize it then? Octane is a hydrocarbon that is used in fuels to enable higher compression ratios, turbocharging and downsizing, all of which enable greater engine efficiencies and higher performance. Now the molecular formula for Octane being on a decal for the Octane in Rocket League is just a little hint to where the name Octane came from. And as I said before, this is in my opinion the most interesting thing on this list, just because I'm a bit of a science nerd, but you have to admit that is pretty cool. Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of the video. Comment down below how many things on this list that you learnt today and how many things that you already knew. Also comment if you want to see more interesting facts about Rocket League that you may have never known. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you later.